I've been seeing a lot of comments lately on my live streams and in my videos in general regarding the process of making art. And I think a lot of people are confused, especially when beginning art. They think that there's certain rules that you have to follow, especially when it comes to like watercolor painting or any kind of drawing, pen and ink. It seems people are under the assumption that you have to do things a certain way in order to create a piece of art. And I just want to explain my viewpoint about this because I think it's very important. I think so many people are caught up on the process of creating rather than the final result. And really, I think what matters is the final result of the artwork. It doesn't matter how you got there, how you created it, or the steps you took to get there. Obviously, the process is important. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that your process isn't an important part of the creation. It obviously is. But when it comes to looking at the final piece of artwork, when you go to a gallery or a museum showing, or you're just looking at other pieces of art online, most people, 99, 98, 95%, whatever you want to call it, the majority of the people are not concerned with how they created the artwork. They're not thinking about, oh, what was their process during this artwork? This artwork isn't good if the process wasn't a certain way. People are fascinated by the artwork itself. So for me, I think the process is almost irrelevant in some way to creating the artwork, especially to viewers of your art. It doesn't really matter. Now, me as an artist, I go to a museum showing and I'm fascinated wondering how this artist created, what was their process? Like, I would love to learn and see it. But at the end of the day, it's really, I enjoy the piece of art, that final piece of work. It's kind of like mixing colors. There's hundreds of different ways you can mix colors and get a certain gray or neutral color, but it doesn't matter how you do it. Obviously, you want to try to do it the most efficient, effective way for yourself to get to that certain color. But there's many different routes you can take. There's many different ways to mix certain colors to achieve that same exact color. So I hope that makes sense. It's like there's these different options. There's different pathways to take. And, when it comes to creating any artwork, I think a lot of people are overthinking and they think they have to follow these certain guidelines. Like, you need to start a drawing with straight lines, or you need to start a drawing with sketching, or you have to start with pencil before you go to pen and ink. Like, there's no rules to any of this stuff. You can do whatever you want. And that's really the beauty of art, is like, you're the artist, you're in control, you have the power, you have the say of how you want it to be created. And if somebody doesn't like your process or doesn't like your art, then that's fine. You're not going to please everyone. But, I think people get too caught up. They start overthinking and they worry about the process too much, and then they don't end up creating anything. So basically, my whole point with this video is, like, the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you start your drawings or how you create your art. It's that final result, the final look of the art that actually matters to people. So don't get caught up in thinking, oh, I need these materials, or I need to do it this way, or paint it this way, or I can't use. A lot of people think because if you use watercolors, you can't use them opaquely at the end of the process. Like, you have to build it up a certain way. And I've shown with a lot of my videos that there's no rules to it. You can really paint however you want it. You can start off really small and detailed. You don't have to paint with big washes and stuff like that at the beginning. And the same thing can apply to drawing. You can start off very small and detailed and just work your way around the whole drawing if that's how you like to draw. For me, I kind of like to block everything in and then start with big shapes and go to smaller and smaller shapes. Just depends. Everyone's different. So I can't tell you the best way that you would create something. That's something you need to figure out. I can give you my opinion, my viewpoint, and the tools that I've used over the years and the way that I do things. But at the end of the day, it's you that has to figure out the best route for you to take. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. Focus on the final result, not the process. Obviously, you want to figure out some processes that work for you and try to build those processes. But don't get caught up in all these rules and guidelines and things that you think you have to follow like everyone else. It's not the case. So carve your own path, have some fun, enjoy yourself, take care of yourself. Peace, my friends.